The Philippines and Norway share a long maritime history, and already as late as in 18th centuries, the first Filipino seafarer was assigned on a Norwegian vessel. 75 years ago, the cooperation was formalized, and today the maritime sector is one of the most important sectors in the bilateral relation between the Philippines and Norway. The world has changed a lot in the 75 years, and so has the shipping industry. And today, decarbonization is the main driver for change. In the coming year, we will see major development in new energy and green shipping. The green shift represents new and prosperous opportunities for the shipping industry and to create new jobs and skills for the seafarers. At the same time, the change in the geopolitical landscape has created uncertainties and challenge in the industry. And with a backdrop of war in Europe, energy crisis, and the world in a state of climate emergency, we need countries coming together and combat global challenges. And shipping is an important part of this solution. Decarbonization also represents an avenue for expanded cooperation between the two countries, and Norwegian shipping companies are well positioned to contribute to the crucial solution to the growing Philippine renewable energy market as well. And the green transition depends heavily on the availability of skilled labor and access to education and training for the seafarers. With approximately 25,000 Filipino seafarers serving the Norwegian controlled ships today, we are very pleased that the European Commission continues to recognize certificates for the seafarer issued in Philippines. This is crucial for the long-term recruitment of Filipino seafarers in the Norwegian fleet. We strongly believe that the initiatives from President Marco to establish a joint working group together with the main stakeholders in the industry will give good results for the year to come. It is important to have a strong presence in the most important international recruitment countries for Norwegian shipping. 32 years ago, the Norwegian Shipowners Association established the Norwegian Training Center, NTC, in Manila. Over the years, NTC has become a beacon for quality training, providing valuable skills for over 100,000 seafarers. Every year, our cadet program graduates 300 young Filipino seafarers and nearly 7,000 in total over the years. The program does not only give the bachelor degree to the young seafarers, but it also secures them jobs in the Norwegian fleet. And today, many of these talented individuals serve at the Norwegian vessels, contributing to the drive of the Norwegian maritime industry. I know I speak on behalf of all of us when I say that competence and contribution is highly valued. A great welcome to you all. Thank you.
Whenever there's something really important.
Thank you for that kind introduction. Good afternoon, everyone. Let me start with conveying my appreciation to the Norwegian Shipowners Association and its president, Synnøve Siglem, for the warm welcome in today's special occasion, celebrating the 75 years of formal maritime relations between the Philippines and Norway. As he said, we started our relationship some more than 100 years ago in the 1800s, but we formalized that relations 75 years ago. There could be no more fitting title to this event than how it is labeled, and we labeled it at 75 years of creating currents together. Administrator Hernani and Pavia of the Philippine Maritime Industry Authority, or Marina, Director General Nut Arel Haredi, I hope I pronounce it right, of the Norwegian Maritime Authority, distinguished guests, friends, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Officially established on the 2nd of March 1948, the diplomatic relations between the Philippines and Norway have now traversed a very diverse collaboration in several areas. Among the foundation to which this strong bilateral relationship between our two countries anchors on the following. First, our shared principles on and commitment to human rights, equality, rules-based international order, global peace and security, continue to strengthen our political ties. We also share a common history of triumph against foreign colonizers. On Monday, June 12, the Philippines will celebrate the 125th anniversary of the Declarations of Independence of the Philippines from foreign power. Second, a dynamic and flourishing cultural exchange, people-to-people engagement, and contribution of Filipino professionals and community in Norway. I've brought with me some of the seafarers here, the older ones from the Philippines who have worked in Norwegian. You would see them later. They're part of the audience now. And conversely, the contribution of the Norwegian professionals and corporation in the Philippines. And third, the vibrant maritime cooperation between the Philippines and Norway. The maritime cooperation is one of the most important aspects of the Philippines-Norway relations. In the interest of time, allow me only to elaborate on the third point. The Philippines and Norway have a long tradition of cooperation in the maritime sector that has grown through the years. We are thankful for the ongoing extended support extended by Norway to the Philippines in the maritime industry through its continuous employment of Filipino seafarers on Norwegian-owned or controlled ships. You have heard earlier on that we are 25,000 strong, and this morning, and this afternoon, we have met with our counterparts from Norwegian Maritime Authority, and we were told that Norway would need more seafarers in the years to come, in the near years to come, maybe in the next 2-3 years, with the transition to the green shipping and green maritime sector, as well as an ongoing war in Europe. Today, Norwegian shipping companies employ 25,000 Filipino seafarers aboard their ships and in shipyards, accounting for 1/3 of the total number of seafarers on board Norwegian-controlled vessels. Despite the previous threat of derecognition of seafarer certificate, Norway never wavered in its support to the Philippines. Instead, Norway and the Philippines took the actions to strengthen their bilateral arrangements and continue to recognize the Philippine-issued STCW certificates. The Philippines and Norway have also collaborated extensively in the field of maritime education and training. Norwegian ship owners and training institutions have been actively involved in the establishment of partnership with Filipino maritime schools and supporting the development of maritime education programs in the Philippines. As mentioned, the establishment of the Norwegian Training Center in Manila, or NTC Manila, in 2004 is a proof of this strong collaboration. As most of you know, the NTC in Manila is funded by the Norwegian Shipowners Association and provides training and skills and development programs for Filipino seafarers, including specialized courses for the Norwegian shipping industry. At least 1,200 cadets are currently enrolled at the NTC in Manila in its affiliate institution in Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao. Indeed, Norway has become a very strong supporter of the Philippines in advancing the improvements in our system of maritime education, training, and certification. The Norwegian Maritime Authority had even extended a maritime consultant based in the Philippines, which provided for its technical expertise to the Marina. Since 2011, as mentioned, the Joint Committee on Maritime Affairs has served as a mechanism for regular consultation and coordination between the Philippines and Norway on various maritime matters, including maritime education and training, maritime safety, environmental protection, and seafarers' rights. In October last year, the Norway-Philippines Maritime and Energy Conference was convened and participated by more than 200 Filipino and Norwegian companies, as well as Philippine government officials at the ministerial level. In that conference, solutions of today's maritime and energy challenges and issues affecting livelihood of our stakeholders and lives in our communities were discussed. Ladies and gentlemen, as active members of the International Maritime Organization, the Philippines and Norway recognize that a sustainable maritime transport is an important enabler to achieve most of the UN Sustainable Goals. Guided by this IMO mandate over the protection of the marine environment, both the Philippines and Norway are working towards creating conducive conditions for the developing and ensuring the competence of seafarers. Towards this end, the Philippines has instituted several reforms. First, the institutionalization of a ladderized approach to the Philippine maritime education and training, benchmarked with the maritime education and training system being implemented by other countries such as Norway. Second, the development of a hybrid mode of education and training for the management level course that shortens the training time, assure and facilitate employment of management level officers. Third, the upskilling and reskilling of Filipino seafarers on maritime technology, including maritime autonomous surface ships and maritime decarbonization. This is an area where the Philippines and Norway can further enhance its cooperation. Fourth, and maybe not the last, the development of electronic training record book and OBT portal to digitalize the documentation of required workshop training and watchkeeping duties performed by cadets and seafarers on board ships for easier verification of seagoing experience for the issuance of STCW certificates and for the employment of Filipino seafarers. Ladies and gentlemen, the Philippines and Norway, as key players in sustainable maritime transportation industry, must continue to collaborate with vigor in raising awareness on maritime concerns with sustainable solutions in mind and provide the world maritime labor market with qualified and globally competitive seafarers, especially in this time when the maritime sector transitions into green and sustainable development. I look forward with confidence that another 75 years of progressive and responsible cooperation and partnership between the Philippines and Norway, especially in the maritime sector. Thank you and have a good afternoon.
Big changes. We have had some great opportunities and we have had some challenges. But the Filipino maritime community still makes up for a very important part of the Norwegian foreign-going fleet. At Höegh Autoliners, they know everything about that. And I'd like to introduce you to CEO Andreas Enger.
I think he is 5 minutes late.
Andreas Enger is 5 minutes late. That's Norway shipping for you. Thank you. We'll go on to somebody else because we have such a great list of speakers here today. And in order...
Ambassador Enrico Foss of the Philippine Embassy in Norway, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. As head of the Maritime Industry Authority, acting as the single maritime administration responsible for the implementation and enforcement of the STCW Convention in the Philippines, I am delighted and honored to attend this afternoon's celebration of the 75th anniversary of Philippines-Norway bilateral relations. Our nation both share interest in the maritime industry owing to our long history of affinity with the sea. Our ancestors established their communities near bodies of water to
Kain pa. Inom-inom muna. Inom-inom muna. Ito yung mga andito, painting.